Oh, baby, here we are. Welcome. It is another lonely Friday night, and what better place to be than right here in the Notsam studio. Welcome to Sam Roberts Now, the internet's loneliest show across the board, bar none, and lonelier than ever because the prayers worked. We all got together and we held a candlelight vigil, except instead of candlesticks, we put a wick inside of a Frankfurter and we got Hot Dog. He's back. Hot Dog is here.
Me.
Welcome,
you
Hot Dog.
You left me in L.A.
I thought
airport.
It was just like, as I said last week, it was like Home Alone, lost in New York. I figured you'd make your way home. And I don't know if you hitchhiked. It looks like you hitchhiked based on your apparel this evening.
Yeah, I ended up lost in Austin for a week. I got mixed up with a bad crowd. But I ended up here. I had to do a couple things.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it. It looks like that look you got going is, well, it's something, huh? Look at you. I guess, you know what they say, sun's out, guns out, and you bet they are tonight. Yeah, look at those. Somebody's been working on those buys all winter. Let me see them again. Let me see those biceps.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Not too much in the tricep department, but buys are
we're working on it. Yeah.
Okay. But buys are slamming. Well, I'm happy about it, Hot Dog. And I'm happy you're back. I'm happy you could experience the loneliness with us. Of course, as always, every super chat will be acknowledged here on Sam Roberts Now. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. Listen, it's been a big content array as of late. I just saw, Hot Dog, on your Instagram story that you're just now starting Succession.
Because of you and Travis and all the mention on the show. I don't like being left out.
I thought you were about to say all the mentions on the show. You and Travis, all the mentions. We are mentions. Well, look, you got a lot of eps to watch, my friend, because that last weekend's Succession episode 3 of season 4 was just as good as television gets. It's incredible. I think I'm going to rewatch just that one episode before episode 4 comes on because, I mean, God, that show keeps getting better. I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah. That's literally what made me go, all right, let's watch this thing, because you guys were talking about, I mean, the Twitter as well.
You know what it was?
Crazy for
you know what?
Episode.
You know what the last episode was? It was the equivalent of the courtroom, the trial episode of Better Call Saul.
Chicanery.
Remember that episode where it was like, I mean, there are episodes.
He defecated through a sunroof.
There are episodes, and then there are episodes.
Right.
That's what we had here. We'll talk about it when you get there. It'll probably take 2 years, but we'll get there.
No, I'll knock it out. I'll knock it out.
Yeah. Hot Dog is like, you are vastly overestimating the amount of things that I have to do. My free time is as long and huge as you could possibly imagine. No, maybe. It's just there's a lot to get done. You know what I saw over the weekend? I contributed to what has become the highest grossing video game adaptation in cinematic history. Super Mario Bros. Out of nowhere. And I mean, you know, of course it's going to be successful. You got Mario, you got Luigi, you got Bowser. But the
Princess Peach.
The idea, yeah, Princess Peach is rocking and rolling. But the idea that this thing domestically made $260 million in its opening weekend. Right now, globally, we've hit the $500 million mark. I didn't even know they were doing that anymore. Ever since people got bored of superhero movies, I didn't realize that we were still doing $500 million grosses for movies, but we are, and it took Mario, Luigi, and a little bit of help from Toad and Donkey Kong to get the job done. $500 million, dude.
It's a lot. They might catch up to Morbius.
Well, yeah, but they won't catch up to the sequel. It's Morbin time. Plus, to be fair, Morbius had 2, if not 3, incredibly successful separate theater runs, if you recall.
Of course. Yeah,
they continued.
Trying to cash in on that meme.
They did. They continue to re-release it. Look, this was very controversial, this movie, when the trailer came out, because people were they didn't know what to make of Chris Pratt. Christopher Pratt is the voice of Super Mario in this movie, and they're used to it's me, Mario. That's not what Christopher Pratt sounds like.
Awful. That was awful.
I thought it was actually quite
Mario
good.
Impression.
I thought that was actually quite good. But as they said, that's not Christopher Pratt. He sounds like the all-American boy. He doesn't sound like Mario. But, here's the thing. No one cares. Why would you care? What difference does it possibly make? I mean...
And you're not paying Chris Pratt.
You were about to call him Christopher.
You're not paying Chris Pratt millions of dollars to not sound like Chris Pratt either. He's not
that's dumb.
Do a Mario impression.
Although in the Chris Pratt movie, in Guardians of the Galaxy, doesn't Vin Diesel or somebody play Groot? Isn't it somebody really famous doing the Groot voice?
That's true. He does. Vin Diesel's Groot. Yeah,
but that's just James Gunn being quirky. This isn't a James Gunn movie. No, I mean, they cover for it. In the movie, he puts on the fake Mario voice when they're doing the Mario Brothers plumbing commercial. See, but then when you see him, he doesn't actually have the voice, but it's like the rest of his family does, because Mario is a second generation. That's the way I took it.
Italian American.
That's the way I took it. That his family was off the boat Italian, but Mario and Luigi are Italian American. Luigi's I think Charlie Day is Luigi's voice, and then Jack Black is Bowser, which is decent casting. This is the first Mario. This isn't the first time that they've tried to adapt Mario, and that's the other thing. I said, listen, 1993. Super Mario Brothers did not come close to $500 million. There's no way this one is going to do it. We're talking John Leguizamo. We're talking Bob Hoskins. We're talking Dennis Hopper. I do love that.
Was that live action?
It was live action. It was. They decided to go live action. It is incredible. And it's like John Leguizamo when he's about to become real hot. When this movie came out. John Leguizamo plays Luigi, and it really is about Luigi. In this movie, it's animated, Princess Peach and Mario, they got this love connection and everything. But I think in the 93 version, you don't cast Bob Hoskins to be the romantic lead. Clearly Luigi was the one that was going to be cleaning up. It's 1993, young John Leguizamo or Bob Hoskins, I think.
I'm looking at the screenshots. It looks horrific.
It's incredible. Dennis Hopper's got his reptile head going. I mean, I would say, look, you look at who's played Mario. People get upset. These are the major players when it comes to who's been Mario. Chris Pratt, Bob Hoskins, and Captain Lou Albano. Can we not act like it's the most integrity-filled role of all time? I mean, God bless Captain Lou. God bless Bob Hoskins. But it's not like Chris Pratt was stepping into these plumber shoes that he was never going to be able to fill.
Hey, as long as they respect the lore of Super Mario,
hey,
fine.
Luigi, what are you doing? Come on. And people act like everybody knows what Mario's voice sounds like. Mario didn't even have a voice for years. Super Mario for Nintendo, Super Mario 2, Super Mario 3, there was no voice. Mario didn't have a voice until N64 came out or something like that. I don't even think he had it on Super Nintendo.
Interesting.
There was no Mario voice. Play the original Mario. He's not going, it's a me. That's not a thing. Mamma mia. That's not.
I don't think he ever said Mamma mia.
He said Mamma mia. He says it in a movie.
Okay. For pizza?
Well, he says
the pizza thing.
That pizza pa, Mamma mia. I mean, it feels culturally inappropriate, but
give it a couple of years.
Look, $500 million. The world can't be wrong about this Mario. But then you look it up, and you can see right here when you look at the poster, right? Mm-hmm. It's a children's movie. It's a movie for children. It's a kids movie for kids to go to watch that are kids, right? Children's movie.
That's never the case nowadays.
What are you talking about?
These Disney and Pixar and all those movies are, they're kids first, but secondary.
He ate the mushroom. He's big now. It's me. Yeah, I could see where, it's kids can enjoy it, but there's plenty in there for adults too. Huh?
I guarantee at least half that crowd was probably just adults by themselves.
I hope not.
Probably so.
I'd be creeped out. I wouldn't want to bring my children to the movie theater. I brought my kids. That's why I even saw it. I was no way I would have ever seen this movie. But I brought my kids to the theater. And people always get mad when I say stuff like this. They go, oh, yeah, right. Mario's just for kids, but you can watch wrestling? Yes. Yes, I can. There are intricacies and layers to the saga of the bloodline and the path of destruction that they have paved across the WWE. Super Mario, and there's baby oil. Super Mario's for children. You know how you know wrestling is for adults? It's on at 11 o'clock at night. Need I say more? No kids are up that. If you're up that late as a kid, you're like hot dog. You need parental guidance. That shouldn't be happening.
Yeah.
You didn't miss it.
I was up until 3.
Yeah, you watched the replay of Nitro. You watched it all live. Yeah, no, I know. But I started looking at the reviews, If you go to Rotten Tomatoes, still right now, it's 96% audience score on the Mario movie. All of the audience, they go, yeah, that's Mario. He's hitting question mark boxes. They got a cameo from the raccoon suit. That's fun, right? Raccoon suit, Mario.
Oh, yeah.
Right. You know what? There's even this scene, right, where they gotta get to Bowser's castle or whatever. And they got to get there fast. So what do they drive? Mario Karts.
Go-kart.
Yeah. And guess what? There's really a line in the movie where Mario goes like this. You guys drive on rainbows here? I'm like, I played that game. I know what he's talking about. I remember that. Rainbow Road. You ever drive on Rainbow Road, hot dog?
Yeah, they shoved everything up in this movie, huh?
It's great.
Maybe they should have if we're trying to create a franchise here, I would have waited a little bit more before introducing some characters.
No.
Yeah.
I know we missed some stuff, but we're really looking to create a cinematic universe. Just do a movie.
Yeah.
Just do a movie. We got to save something. No. Enough with the You know what happens when you want to create a cinematic universe? You get multiple standalone Doctor Strange movies. It's so unnecessary.
I'm thinking maybe you introduce Mario at first, and then you have a post-scene credit
for the first
Luigi.
For the first 3 movies, he's simply a plumber, and and then by movie number 4, he finds Toad, and he goes, "Who's this?" It's just like, oh my god, Mamma Mia!
Yeah, you don't show Luigi until the post-scene credit, and then you just see the green hat on the floor, and you see a hand pick it up, and then boom.
And then there's a violin, and it's going.
Yeah. And they go, oh shoot, it's Luigi! a little bit too much at once.
No, it's what it should be. It's just a bunch of stuff from the game, and that's where it's like, if you're an adult in the movie theater, there's a little something in here for me too, because I played the games when I was a kid. So the stuff from the games you play when you were a kid is on the movie thing. And you're like, oh yeah, that's Mario. Yep, they hit the nail on the head. And that's what I'm thinking as I'm sitting there watching it. I go, yeah, yep, this is Mario. This is what the game, this is Mario. He's in Mario World. That mushroom makes him big. That mushroom makes him small. It's Mario. Perfect. 96.
Safe, but okay.
Yeah, of course it's safe. It's Mario. It's the safest game. Yeah, of course. They saw what happened with Sonic. When Sonic came out and they were like, what if we make his teeth look like human teeth? And everybody was like, never! And they were like, okay. And Mario, they're like, let's just do Mario, right? 96% audience scores. 58% reviewers. And that's higher than it was before. Almost half the people who reviewed this movie gave it a bad review. And I'm going, how do you even give it a bad review? Like, if you're writing a review, first of all, why would you review it? Why even bother reviewing it? You just look at the poster. I seen a billboard for it, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll bring my kids to that. That was it. I didn't need is there storyline consistency? Is there character development? What about the plot through lines?
Is it true to the game and the sequels?
Yeah, people were like, is a Mario movie good? I was like, hang on. Hey, kids, what'd you think? That was great. Yeah, it was good. That's it.
Okay. I'm gonna listen to a 6-year-old.
About this movie?
Yeah, okay. They know best.
Yeah, they didn't go to film school and then try to become a filmmaker and fail miserably. What do they know about making movies? Yeah, I'm reading
I actually have the reviews open here. They're
toasting it. They're like sitting there going, they said it's got a thin plot. Wait, a thin what? Because we didn't go into the deep dark origins of Bowser. If you are sitting there as a professional film critic giving a bad review to the Super Mario cartoon movie, get a life. You're a jerk. No one wants you around in any context.
Can I read 2 of my favorite reviews already?
What are they saying? What are they saying?
All right. The Observer says it is
Dave
the laziest.
Meltzer?
No, the Wrestling Observer says it is the laziest possible version of a Mario movie. And for most viewers, young and old, that'll be totally acceptable. 2 out of 4.
See, they gotta be like, whoa, I'm smarter than a kid. Cool, man. Now if you go and you go like, yeah, that's a Mario movie. That sounds about right. Then this reviewer's like, huh, you would think that. Yeah. This is the laziest. Write a better one then, dick. That's what I say. Okay? If you're sitting there and going like, this is the laziest version of a Mario movie. Okay, Dick, $500 million. Write a better one. Go ahead. Write a better one. That's all.
I would love to see a non-lazy version.
Do you know what a non-lazy... Can you imagine a Super Mario Brothers movie that took itself seriously? Like, what do I want? Ari Aster to give me the next Mario Brothers movie? I don't need A24. A24 is doing incredible things. They're giving me all kinds of series and movies that I love. I don't need A24 getting anywhere near Mario just so they can get bumped above 58% on Rotten Tomatoes. And I hope the fact that all these movie critics came together and they were like, yeah, this movie stinks. And then it made $500 million reminds all of them, no one cares. You're useless. No one cares. And I hope, too, it really bothered me that this many people, because they were taking it so seriously. Why? You go, you bring your children, you get your popcorn, your soda. It's perfect.
Well, here's the thing, Sam. Just because a movie is catering to a certain demographic doesn't mean you grade it or score it on a curve. You grade it the same way you would grade The Irishman.
No, you don't. You certainly do not. That's why there's different categories for different types of movies at award shows.
I disagree. I think I think you grade it up there with Scorsese.
Right.
And Tarantino. Everything is fair game here.
Can you
imagine?
What
are we looking at? Give me the best version of Mario.
Can you imagine that? If you're like, Quentin, what did you think of Mario? And he's like, well, it's not Hateful Eight. It's like, yeah, no, I guess not. I guess not. But you know what? I don't know that my kids would enjoy Hateful Eight.
Have you shown them? I don't know.
I don't know. They're 3 and 6. All I know is that they sat in that movie theater and watched it from start to finish. And if you can get a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old to sit in a chair and watch something from start to finish, you knocked it out of the park.
Sit them down and have them watch Django, and then you tell me if they have good taste.
My son turns around and he goes, Daddy. I go, yeah, buddy. He goes, you have my curiosity. Now you have my attention. I go, this is a huge mistake. Awesome. This was a huge mistake. Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Roberts. Yeah, his teacher's on the phone. I don't know why. Yeah, your son's been using words in the class that we haven't really covered yet. Oh, what words are they? I can't say them on school ground. Yeah, I can't. Oh, great. The woke mind virus is taking over our teachers.
He keeps turning around and expecting a dramatic zoom in.
Yeah, and for some reason, he keeps asking his classmates to show their bare feet. I don't understand where he's getting this from.
Okay, here's the second review that stuck out for me. The missing ingredient for those adult audiences is any kind of wit or clever dialogue in this film's screenplay.
Adult audiences?
Yes, because as I said, this film is probably filled with half adults.
If you go to the Mario movie with just by yourself and no kids, it should be like there's, you know, when you go into Catch a Predator house and there's a police officer waiting in the garage, like because
Hanson's going to be in the auditorium.
For one reason, either you're a creep or you're no fun. Unless you just go and you're like, hey, that was great. Then it's like, okay, you're off the hook.
Yeah, I go not by myself, but I do watch a lot of like Pixar. And,
now look, if you want to take something medicinal and go to Mario with friends and have your mind in a different space, I got no problem with that.
Right? Yeah, I go with the gals.
Yeah,
hey, you want to watch Coco or whatever?
Right. By the way, Coco's a good movie. Coco's just a good movie.
By all standards.
Remember me. It's a good movie.
Cry.
It's a good movie. Plus, I got to teach my kids about Dia de los Muertos.
Did they remember? They stuck in their head?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
They know. They're down. Yeah, listen, I mean, I saw one that said it relies too heavily on nostalgia. Oh, really? Yeah, you think so? It's supposed to be simple. It's for children. It's for little kids running around. You just want to watch a Mario movie. I mean, what are they going to the? I guess they do. They go to like adult movie critics go to like the Minions movie and go like, I don't even know what these Minions are.
Well,
cool, man.
I mean, look, I bet you if I took your kids and I asked them, did you like the Mario movie? And they go like, yeah, we loved it. Woo! And then I go,
they sound like
favorite movie of all time? And they'd be like, yeah, favorite movie of all time. Woo! And then I go, how many movies have you watched?
No, that's right. They'll be like this and Trolls.
Yeah. And I'll be like, so what do you know?
No, yeah, that's true.
What do you know?
My daughter goes, Dad, this was the greatest day of my life. That's what she said. And I said, yeah, you've been alive for 3 years. Like, how many days have there even been? Like, okay, cool. Do you even remember the first 2 years? I don't think so. You know?
No.
So it's like, okay, just throw phrases around. Just throw them around willy-nilly. Like they mean anything. Yeah. I'll tell you what movie I did go to see on my own. On my own. Oh, yeah, and then, I forget that.
Angry Birds, the movie?
Yeah. I went to, they were showing a screening of all the Angry Birds movies, and I was like, man, this game, it needs more exploration. I got to find out the story. Why are they so angry? No. I seen the greatest sports movie of all time, the movie about Michael Jordan's shoes.
It's so silly.
Dude, it's great. It is so great. First of all, this guy right here, Matt Damon, is in like every scene of the movie, and he's fantastic. He's great. This is not, some people are confused. They think, oh, this is Michael Jordan's movie. You don't even see Michael Jordan's face in this movie. He's not in it. I mean, you see the back of his head at points. It's not about Michael Jordan. It's about Michael Jordan's
like the actor, and there's not even a Michael Jordan actor?
There is. It's like a stand-in. Like, if you said, who plays Michael Jordan in this movie? I'd say, what do you want me to sit through the entire credits? I have no idea. You never see his face.
Oh, wow.
Obviously, it's done on purpose, right? Because they don't want to distract with like, some Michael Jordan impersonator or whatever. But yeah, it's really it's the story of the guy who wanted to sign Michael Jordan to a shoe deal at Nike. It's Matt Damon, it's Ben Affleck, it's Chris Tucker, and that was why people forget too. Chris Tucker. I mean, people don't credit the run that Chris Tucker had, the Rush Hour run. Chris Tucker, for several years, was the man. Like, it went Martin Lawrence, and then his crown slipped, and it went right to Chris Tucker. There was no touching Chris Tucker for a period of time.
He was hanging out with the Prince.
He
was in the Michael. Yeah, he was in the Michael Jackson music videos. He was everywhere.
Chris Tucker is the man, and he's the man again. He's great in this movie. It's funny seeing Ben Affleck, right? Because in this movie, you see him here. Ben Affleck plays Phil Knight. Now, Phil Knight's a very interesting character. Phil Knight is the founder of Nike. And there's a book called Shoe Dog, which is Phil Knight's story. It's how he created this company, and it really is an incredible story. I don't know if they ever did a movie based on Shoe Dog, but it's a great book. I recommend everybody get it. I know there were some people that thought that this was the story of Nike, and it's not. It's literally just the story of the Air Jordan sneaker. This one right here. You think I faked the funk? I just took that off my foot, okay? I'm not new to it. I'm true to it.
I mean, you can't miss you without a pair.
Boom. Boom. So, basically, I'm putting my shoe back on because I'm a professional. I'm not going to sit around here and barefoot and broadcast in socks. What am I? So, yeah, I'm
foot cam.
Yeah, exactly. Now I'm on WikiFeets. When the movie, right, so Nike is now synonymous with basketball sneakers, obviously, right? Obviously, the Air Jordan it revolutionized everything. But before, people don't know, before Nike signed Michael Jordan, Nike had only a 17% market share in basketball sneakers. Converse and Adidas dominated basketball sneakers. Converse had like 50% or something like that. And then Adidas was the up-and-comer because, this was the Run DMC era. Like, Adidas was the coolest sneaker ever, right? So Nike was on the verge of closing their entire basketball division. They were just going to be a running shoe company, and that would just be it because they couldn't make any money selling basketball shoes. So they want to sign Michael Jordan, this guy who Matt Damon plays. He sees a tape of Michael Jordan, and they already know Michael Jordan's going to go to Adidas. Adidas is cool. He wants to go to Adidas. He likes Adidas, right? But he sees this tape, and he realizes Michael Jordan's going to be great. He's just going to be the next big thing. And so they go on this quest to convince Michael Jordan to come to Nike. He uses Nike's entire budget. Nike had a budget to sign like 3, maybe 4 basketball players because that's what their plan was, right? They couldn't get any of the big fish, so they were going to get a handful of smaller players there. Charles Barkley was one of the players they were looking at. John Stockton was one of the players they were looking at. But he goes, it's got to be Jordan, it's got to be Jordan, it's got to be Jordan. So he gets the entire budget. And he goes, let's just give Michael everything. And in order to convince Jordan to come over, basically the deal is that this Air Jordan sneaker, first of all, it was, at the time, the only basketball sneaker that was centered around a player, meaning every other basketball player that had a shoe deal, like I think Larry Bird and Magic Johnson were, I think, with Converse, and Adidas had a whole roster of them and everything. But the idea would be that the sneaker already existed, and Magic Johnson would sign with Converse, and then Converse would give him one of their shoes, and then he'd, they'd pay him whatever, $300,000, and he'd play in a Converse shoe.
But it wasn't like the Johnson, the Magic 5s.
Boom.
Or anything like that.
So Jordan, it was the first one that they were like, no. We start with the athlete. We form the shoe around the athlete. The shoe becomes a billboard for the athlete, as opposed to the athlete being a billboard for the shoe. So that, they design the Air Jordan. They go, oh, well, the colors of the sneaker, they're going to get fined. They go, we'll pay the fines. Right? He was going to get fined $5,000 a game if he wore these sneakers on court because the NBA had rules. And they said $5,000 a game. What if we paid it? And then we turned it into a commercial for the sneaker. Boom. There we go. But the big thing was, like, not only does he have his now own brand, which nobody else had. The Jordan brand is a part of Nike. But none of these other players had deals where they were profit sharing. These other players, you get a fee to be a spokesperson for the company, but they weren't sharing in the profits of the sneakers. And so Michael Jordan's mom, according to the movie, was the one that was like, okay. And of course, we'll get a percentage of every shoe sold. And they were like, what? No. And she was like, yes. And they were like, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Jay Moore pops up in this movie working for Adidas. Jay Moore's is in there popping up. He's working for Adidas. And And what I thought, by the way, 91% on Rotten Tomatoes. They love this one. Even though this was like just nostalgia for the shoe. They love this one. Didn't love Mario. Love this one.
Who does Chris Tucker play in the movie?
He plays like an executive at Nike who's like, I think, a former athlete who ended up being one of the top dogs in Jordan Brand.
Okay.
Right. It was made by Amazon, by the way, this movie. I think it was originally supposed to just be streaming on Amazon Prime, and they decided to try to make some of their money back in movie theaters, which was smart, even though nobody can
it's a lot of stars, too.
It's a lot of stars. I think the budget was huge on it, even though it's like, it's not a long movie. They did what Nike did with Jordan. They just put all their money in stars. By the way, Ben Affleck, he does a fine job as Phil Knight. Phil Knight is like one of the funner characters in this movie. But it's just every time and no matter what movie, every time Ben Affleck talks, it's just Ben Affleck in a wig. Like there's never
he's not immersed in this deep character.
It's never happened. I've never seen a movie and by the way, I've loved plenty of Ben Affleck movies. I love that movie Boiler Room. I loved Air. There's plenty of Ben Affleck movies that are great. The Town. He's all over The Town. It's his movie. I love The Town.
What about Batman?
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch Batman. I like emo Batman only. Argo, remember Argo?
Yeah.
Watched Argo. He was great in that movie. He's all over it. None of those movies. There's never been a movie that Ben Affleck's been in that you don't go, oh, that's Ben Affleck with a wig on. It's always just Ben. And like he's like
the Rock.
Yeah, but Matt Damon starts out with him, right? And like in movies. And that never happened. Matt Damon, it's just like, oh, that's the character. Like, I don't know. That's just the character. Like, I'm suspension of disbelief achieved. That's the character. And then Ben Affleck's like, I'm Phil Knight. And you're like, no, you're not. You're Ben Affleck. I know. I know. I can tell.
You're just Ben Affleck going through it right now.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like when he was doing the Phil Knight speeches, I was like, this is the same speech as Boiler Room, right? And I've seen this before. Look at the smile on my face. Ear to ear, baby. I was like, that could be Batman. It could be any movie.
Or like Gone Girl. Oh, Ben Affleck possibly killed a woman.
Yeah, Ben Affleck. Who do you think did it? Maybe Ben Affleck. Like if you ask me what's one character he's played, I'd go, I don't know. I think he's just Ben Affleck in all those movies. It's like when Justin Timberlake started acting. And everybody's like, oh, he's actually a really good actor. I'm like, yeah, because he plays Justin Timberlake in every single movie. Like you've never seen that guy and not been like, look at Justin Timberlake. He's doing a thing.
It must be a sweet deal. Because it doesn't mean you're a bad actor.
Not necessarily. I mean, I enjoyed it. I was like, oh man, it's really fun the way Ben Affleck is pretending to be Phil Knight right now. Like I was having a good time. But it was clearly, I was like, wonder where Ben Affleck bought that wig from. Like. But anyway.
Yeah, it looks like a Halloween getup.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they paid all the money on Ben Affleck. They didn't really we have no money left for a wig. And Ben's like, that's okay. I don't care. So what's hilarious about this movie though is, and I don't know, I haven't checked. I don't know if Michael Jordan is involved in it, but he has to be, because the love that Michael Jordan gets in this movie is almost obscene. Like, and it's not wrong. I love Michael Jordan. He's just the greatest of all time. Any praise for Michael Jordan, I'm going to be behind. But the best part of the movie is literally this speech that Matt Damon does at the sales pitch, where he talks about how Michael Jordan is the greatest thing that's ever lived. When the rest of them are dead and gone, nobody will ever remember them. But Michael, you will live forever. Everybody will always remember you. And then they start playing clips from Michael Jordan's life, so that in the audience You're going like, oh yeah, Michael Jordan is better than any human being that's ever existed in any form. That's actually a real good point that you make there. Because he is. It's not a lie. It's not untrue. But man, if I'm Michael Jordan watching this movie, I'm going, that might be just about the best damn movie I've ever seen in my life.
You think he's a fan of it?
This is great. I mean, the whole build up, the whole it's just they're chasing Michael down. And they're like, how come Michael doesn't want to go to Nike? Because he's so good. And then at the end, it's like, how come Michael decided to go to Nike? Oh, because he's so good. That's it.
Also, the fact that they never show him, it's just kind of like like this aura.
Exactly.
Like we can't find anyone. We can't find anyone that could fill his shoes.
How could you play Michael? How could you ever play Michael Jordan? You could never. By the way, you know who else is great? Who? His mom. His mom's one of the greatest humans that's ever lived too. You'd have to be to give birth to a man like Michael Jordan.
Does Viola Davis play his mom? What is her role?
Yeah, that's Michael Jordan's mom.
Oh yeah,
and she's just
Yeah, well, big ups. That's for Jordan's mom to get played by Viola Davis.
I've always said, people go, Sam, when they make a movie about you, who do you want to play you? I've always said Viola Davis. I mean, it'd be such a good look. She does a great job.
Had some good hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She does. No, everybody does a great job in this movie. It's a great movie. I mean, it's just, and I can tell too, because I don't care about sports, but I love sports movies. I love people that are great at things, and I love sports movies. So the fact that there's now a sports movie where there's really almost no sports in it at all, it's just the marketing part of sports, but it's still technically a sports movie. I'm like, yeah, this is right up my alley. This is perfect. The commercialism of sports, let's go. It's awesome.
Isn't Ben Affleck also in Moneyball? Isn't Moneyball a sports movie that's not
Ben Affleck and Brad Pitt's in Moneyballs.
Oh, okay. I confused my two white people.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. Yeah, I knew he was racist. Yeah, no, yeah. Or are you thinking of Jonah Hill?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Air to me did live up to the hype. I'm sure it'll be streaming on Amazon really, really soon, but I wanted to get out to a theater. I wanted to make sure that I saw it. I do wonder, because the economy's down, so I don't know if it'll have the same effect, but like when The Last Dance, the docuseries came out, the Jordan market went through the roof, like the sneaker market went through the roof. So I wonder, once this is streaming, because it's not, I don't think it'll happen yet, but once this is on Prime and everybody can just click it on and see it, I do wonder if the Jordan market is going to skyrocket again.
A nice little bump.
I could see it.
Sometimes you need to remember what greatness is and be like, oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
I need to get some kicks. I mean, hell, I want to go on the sneakers app right now and test my luck.
People get excited. People get real excited.
And then get bummed out immediately.
Oh, yeah, because they catch a big fat L. Yeah, no. You're going to have to go. You're going to have to pay resale. Yeah, that's what's going to separate everybody. Everybody's like, you know what? I want a pair of Jordans. I want a pair of Jordans just like the original ones from the movie. How much? $500. Never mind. Ooh. By the way, while this movie is out in theaters, getting everybody so excited about it, everybody thinks it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Michael Jordan sitting there patting himself on the back. He's going to throw out his shoulder. Oh, I didn't put that's drip. Because Michael now has the most valuable. Well, technically he doesn't have it, but he's responsible for the most valuable sneaker ever. Michael Jordan, I think at like Christie's or one of the auction houses. I don't know which one.
Single pair.
Mm-hmm. One single pair. They auctioned off. I mean, they're game used, so it's not like.
Oh,
right, right.
Okay.
And not
which game?
The Last Dance, the 1998 NBA Finals.
Oh, okay.
Now they're 13s, right? And I'm not a big guy. I don't like 13s, so I'd be like, I'm gonna pass on these. If they were 4s, I'd probably pick them up. But $2.2 million for Michael Jordan's. That's 1.1 million a shoe is what they broke it down to. For Michael Jordan's 13s from the 1998 NBA Finals, which
honestly it should be more.
I could see it going up. I could see 5 years from now, I could see them only going up. It's eventually, if you can keep them intact, especially since they're signed, it's going to be like having a World Series bat that Babe Ruth used. You know what I mean?
Right.
I actually don't think $2.2 million, if you've got it, I don't think it's such a stupid thing. I mean,
that's not a bad deal at all. That's a good investment.
Look how
if you're not a fan.
Yeah. Look how popular these shoes are. Look what they did for Drip Bayless. Look how good this guy looks in his 11s. I just saw this. Good. He's looking good, right?
Yeah, he's looking good.
Yeah.
Might steal that look.
With the hunched over back and everything. He tweeted out, "I can't lose in these shoes. MJ forever." And then he actually hashtag Drip Bayless.
It looks like he's about to pounce on someone.
It does. He looks like a lion. You know what I mean? He looks like the king of the jungle in those 11s. Although it is a little cringy to hashtag your own nickname unironically that people don't even like.
Yeah, no. He should embrace it, but don't go full.
No, the hashtag Drip Bayless.
No.
It's tough. It's tough.
He's still cool, but it takes a little bit off of it.
He's the man. I guess him and Unc are getting along again. Shannon Sharp.
It's a little bit dicey.
Dicey. Except Shannon Sharp said recently that Drip would not be able to run 1 yard on an NFL field because nobody would guard him.
That's funny.
But I just love, can you imagine at this stage in the game, as old as he is, as successful as he is, to put on some 11s and be like, take this picture and take it from below. Like, let's really give him something. Let's really give him something.
You don't think that couldn't be you in 20 years?
It'll 100% be me in 20 years. By the way, 20 years, how old do you think I am?
He's old.
That man is old, more than 20 years older than me.
Oh.
More.
Let me see.
Hot dog.
Let me see.
I'm not that old. 20 years.
I thought he was like 60. Oh, 71.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow. I mean, he looks great.
20 years, you piece of trash.
What, 15, 20 years?
Yeah. It's going to be you in about 8 years, huh? What? Yeah, at 70, rolling up in some 11s. In these shoes, I can't lose. What?
After you got like a hair transplant?
You think that's a
crisis?
You think that's a hair transplant?
After you get a hair transplant.
You think I'm gonna need one?
That's all him.
You think I'm gonna need one? You think I can't just grow it back? Yeah, that would be great. If I got like a hair transplant, got like, the tightening and everything.
Got the ice on you.
Oh yeah, I'd put a chain on.
All black. I think that might be your final form.
Right there?
You're looking at it. Yeah, you're looking at it.
You don't think I'd stay bald? You think I'd be like, okay, no. we had the bald stage. Like the bald stage was when Sam really grew into himself. And now Sam's got to go into his old man celebration phase where it's like, yeah. I did it, bitches. I did it.
You keep the baldness for a couple of years until people forget how you look like with hair, and then you start pretending like you grew it back.
Like when Hogan showed up to Halloween Havoc with a buzz cut wig on for some reason. Yeah. No, but it wouldn't even be like hair transplants. It would be like one of those like stick on like man weaves that they do in barbershops now where you peel the hair on. Yeah. Oh. I would do that. I would do that with some 11s and a black suit. He's got his watch on there. Put the icy on your neck and go like
pulling
this.
Pulling up to the NXT pre-show.
I'd still be doing the NXT pre-shows. I'd be like, no, I think they're going to invite me back to the main roster soon. I just wait until Rosenberg doesn't want to do it anymore. And Rosenberg's like, no, dog, he'd be looking just like me still. We would still somehow evolve into the same person. Like, yeah, it'd be great. I can't wait. Skip is celebrating, man. I hope he doesn't have a care in the world. He shouldn't.
He doesn't. He didn't apologize for his tweets.
No.
He doesn't give a fuck. He's chilling.
No.
He said, I'll wait for you to get over it.
Yeah. No, I'm good. Would you like to apologize? No, I'm good. No. Where's Shannon Sharp? I'd like to interrupt him some. Oh, I absolutely love it. Don't forget to super chat in. I see some chats coming in. Super chat if you want them acknowledged, because it's a huge weekend. A lot of times in our lonely world, some of the big social events, whoosh, go right over our heads. We can't allow that to happen. We have to stay up. That's what the whole point is. Did you know, Hot Dog, this weekend is Coachella? Yes. It's Coachella weekend. They're getting Blink 182, the OG lineup, Tom, Mark, Travis, all coming back together for the first time in many years. Blackpink, they're performing. And you know who's performing?
Who?
Benito.
Oh, okay. That's seen. Okay, you could have. Why are you carrying? We started with the wrong lead right there.
Did I bury the lead?
Yeah, you did bury the lead.
Yes, Bad Bunny performing at Coachella. I mean, honestly, and that's why, like, when Bad Bunny's performing at a Coachella, isn't it just a Bad Bunny concert?
That's the only reason I would go. With Blink 182. Oh, are they the openers?
Yeah, they're all openers. I don't know. Blackpink. Okay. Yeah, except you'd show up on Saturday, not realizing that Bad Bunny performed on Friday. What?
Yeah, that would ruin my entire week.
Yeah, I guess they're broadcasting.
Where is Coachella?
I don't know.
Let me look that up.
I don't know. Look it up. But I guess they're broadcasting it live on YouTube as well. I think it's actually two. It's this weekend and next weekend, and I think Bad Bunny is doing both weekends. But I'm pretty sure
it is in California.
Right. You left at the wrong time.
Yeah, Gorillaz is performing.
See? I ain't happy. But yeah, they're putting
Metro Boomin.
They're live streaming.
It's a good lineup.
They're live streaming it, so we'll be able to watch it. And I mean, it's really just the beginning of festival season, SZN festival season, because this isn't the only festival that's back. You know what else is coming back?
Mm-hmm.
Is this one? See, there's Coachella,
what?
Right? This looks fun, right?
Yeah, a lot of.
And then
color.
there's this one.
What the hell is that?
Fyre Fest, baby! Fyre Fest!
Oh my god!
Fyre Fest!
It's murder!
Fyre Fest. Well, wait till you hear this. Fyre Fest is back. I'll tell you what. If I know one thing about Fyre Fest, there will be bottles of water. Trust me when I tell you. Come hell or
liquid death.
Oh, there will be bottles of water. You can try to hold them up at customs, but they won't be there long. We've got our ways. We've got our ways. Yes, Billy McFarland, the man who concocted the Fyre Festival, the greatest festival that never was. He's out of jail. He did 4 years in jail. I believe he was fined $26 million.
Oof.
And this week, he tweeted out that Fyre Fest 2 is coming. And if there's one thing I can tell you about Fyre Fest promoter Billy McFarland, he never lies. So Fyre Fest 2 is guaranteed to be on the horizon, and I can't wait. Do you know, I mean, it is the right time to do Fyre Fest 2. Even the economy is in the shape that it's in, because now every influencer, every YouTuber will go to Fyre Fest 2 just for the memes. You don't even have to pretend that it's going to be good. You can tell people, this is Fyre Fest 2. It's also going to be bad. And people will be like, okay, I'll just go and vlog then and make it a thing.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about this. If I could afford it, which knowing his scheming ways, I cannot probably.
I thought you went to Fyre Fest 2. It was D-Bag's bachelor party.
Yeah. I feel like I would be inclined to go to this thing just to see the train wreck.
I tell you what, if I got invited, not only would I go, I'd be like, I need my video guy to go with me. We would go. I bring you to Fyre Fest with me. Yeah. Yeah, I'll bring you to Fyre Fest with me. Ja Rule was asked, and he said he was not involved. He said, I'm not doing it. And then Billy McFarland saw the article that said that, and Billy McFarland tweeted out, LOL, definitely not invited. So there is beef. There is beef between Ja Rule and Billy McFarland. And if there's anything I know about Ja Rule and beef, Ja will lose. So,
Yes.
so big ups to Billy McFarland. I don't know. So there is obviously equity in the brand to some extent, right? They did like all these documentaries and stuff. Everybody knows
it's only been built up since the whole disaster.
Right. Like it's synonymous. It's probably. Would you argue that more people know what Fyre Fest is than even know what Coachella is? Possibly.
Maybe.
Yeah, right? Everybody knows. It's in the vernacular.
Yeah, it's infamous.
It's in the zeitgeist. So there is equity in the Fyre Fest brand. But that said, I mean, what band would ever be like, yeah, I'll definitely sign up and play Fyre Fest too? Like not Benito.
I mean, what's the angle though? Is the angle for Fyre Fest 2 we're gonna throw a shitty festival on purpose and that's like, let's have fun with it? Or are we playing it straight?
They need, okay, here's who they need to get. Everybody that plays like Epcot. Like, maybe they get any band that's got a new lead singer, but it just sounds like the old lead singer. Those are the bands that could play the new Fyre Fest. Like, Smash Mouth has a new lead singer, but it just sounds like the old lead singer. Smash Mouth gets invited to Fyre Fest. Journey has a new lead singer. It just sounds like the old lead singer. Journey gets invited to Fyre Fest. Bands like that. Whatever band saying, I want to know what love is, they get invited to Fyre Fest. Just because, I mean, couldn't you see being at Fyre Fest, eating a cheese sandwich, and just hearing, it's going to take a little time? And you're like, yeah, this is what I signed up for.
I think you take some of like the crazier acts. I think you take like a Insane Clown Posse if they're still...
I mean, Insane Clown Posse has their... Here's the thing, Hot Dog. This is a quote I live by, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Why wait for you to invite me to your table when I could build my own? The Insane Clown Posse is not waiting to get invited to Fyre Fest. They got the Gathering of the Juggalos, the greatest musical festival that's ever existed, okay? The Gathering of the Juggalos has people so excited, they paint their faces with spray paint. I've seen it on a documentary.
I just think you need to go full camp on this and give people a purposely shitty experience. Like,
with the Insane Clown Posse is not shitty, so that also shoots a hole in that theory.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean,
but how do you pitch that? Like, do you go to a band and be like, "Hey, we're looking to put on a shitty show, and you guys suck. So would you like to come play Fyre Fest?" Like, what's a band that outwardly and proudly sucks that wouldn't mind like being like, "Oh, this is a parade of garbage."
Maybe not the bands. The bands don't have to suck,
right?
But like, you get acts that can embrace a shitty festival, like I am blanking out here, but like some kind of fun out there, crazy.
Well, Gigi Allen's dead. Otherwise, Gigi Allen would be the perfect person to perform.
What's Andrew WK up to these days?
Andrew WK would be awesome.
Just would be a good fit for Fyre Fest.
And honestly, dude, if Andrew WK performed, all of a sudden this would turn into this. Like, it would be paradise. Andrew WK is the one person that would turn this party into this party because he parties hard. I mean, look,
yeah, you get
this is the crew right here. This is what we have. That's like, we're gonna redefine cool.
Okay, you get 50 in there just to rub it in.
I mean, look. 50 would probably do it for the goof.
Yeah. 50, yeah, he would do it for the memes. You can get 50 in there.
Right. He'd just play Wanksta over and over again. Billy McFarland's just in the front row like, yeah. I want to know what the beef is between Ja Rule and Billy McFarland. Like, when I look at this picture here, I look at a bond between two men that cannot be broken. I would love to know what broke that bond.
I think there was possibly a disagreement on whether this was fraud or false advertising.
Right, because Ja was on the side of false advertising. Billy was a little more worried about the fraud aspect. And maybe when he went to prison, He was like, I told that piece of trash that this was fraud, not false advertising. Maybe that's it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I want to hit up whoever's in charge of this and be like,
Yeah,
hey, let me be your AP. Let me work on this.
I bet they could get Paris Hilton to DJ.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's something. I mean, it's a real tough sell. It'd have to be like bands that don't take themselves seriously and also do things for the goof. That's what you would need. But
do things for the goof and make sure that their check clears.
You would pay in advance. Yeah. You would. On this one, I don't think it would be. Usually that's unheard of. But on this one, I don't think it would be unreasonable for the musicians to ask to be paid in advance. I mean, Billy McFarland did go to jail for selling tickets to events that were not ticketed. So,
yeah.
You know,
so
I mean.
As long as you start on the right foot.
Yeah. I mean.
Let's get Madonna in there. Let's get some controversy.
That's true. Madonna loves controversy, and this would be very, very controversial. You probably could convince Madonna to do it.
I think so. I think it's hip.
Yeah. I wonder, you think Sam Smith would do it? I'd do like a whole devil thing?
Ooh.
You know?
Now we're cooking.
It's the Fyre Festival, like the fires of hell. The devil brings the fire to the festival. Hey.
And you might need some comedians on board too. Just like Woodstock.
Voss could host it for sure.
Yeah.
Voss could bring
that would be amazing.
Yep. Voss could bring up like Ja Rule and he could say, I could never follow this man. I could only learn from him. I would try to get Voss. I hope Billy McFarland. I think we're throwing some real good ideas out here for Billy.
I hope he's listening.
I hope he gives me a call. I feel people don't take me seriously as a producer, right? They see me as this sort of unearthly talent of a host. And they don't realize that that's just one of the many tools in my belt. That producing is right there on the other hip. And I could do that too. So I hope that Billy McFarland recognizes that. Yeah.
You call these wrestling things and then people think all of a sudden you're just limited to wrestling.
No. Stories.
No, man.
Hey. You know what we do?
What do we do?
We make movies.
We make movies, pal. Let's do it.
Scene. That was good, right?
That was great. Ring us up.
Yeah. I think we're ready for it. Hey, have you been watching the show? As I said, every super chat gets acknowledged here on Sam Roberts Now. So, if you'd like to get acknowledged here on the show this evening, super chat in, and we will discuss Justin Lopeman Dobson. Much love to Sam and Hot Dog. Fridays would be dookie without you. That's right.
Much love.
That's right. And he says, by the way, you don't have to read my full name. Oh, every time. Just Justin LD works. Okay, Justin LD. You got it, Playboy. You got it. Have those arms gotten bigger since we started the show, Hot Dog?
What do you think I've been doing under the camera? Come on, Playboy.
I knew you were doing something under the camera. Thank God. Thank God it was that device. Thank you. Thank God. I saw that forearm working. I didn't know what was going on. Poodlerific. Loved the John Wick franchise breakdown. Sam's Bowery King laugh was inspired. Oh, yeah. The Bowery King. I see your arms are getting bigger, Hot Dog.
I hate that.
You got to see the movie. That's what Lawrence Fishburne does. Every single line is delivered in the same way. So you're lonely tonight, are you, Hot Dog? I forgot I had developed quite the Bowery King impression. I'm ready for Sam to do Bowery King speak 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Emoji heart, emoji hot dog. I love it. BHerb76. F, Marry, Kill. Super Mario, Sonic, or the Tetris long piece. I haven't seen the Tetris movie yet, by the way. I'm very eager to see that. That's on Apple. And Hot Dog, I will throw this one to you. F, marry, kill, Super Mario, Sonic, or the Tetris long piece.
I have no idea what that Tetris movie is about.
No, the Tetris long piece, it's the rod. It's the long. It looks like this. It's the long. Have you ever played Tetris before?
They made a movie about that?
No. I'm not saying you have to F, marry, kill the movie. I'm saying the long piece in Tetris. He's saying Super Mario, Sonic, and Tetris. Okay. Those are 3 video games that have been adapted into movies. The Tetris movie is not actually a movie featuring the pieces of Tetris as characters. It's about the creation of the game. But in order to make this cute, B Herb said F, marry, kill, Super Mario, Sonic, or the Tetris long piece. I think that he added the Tetris long piece in because there's a phallic shape to it. If you need I've never seen the Tetris movie, so I don't. What are you talking about?
So let's go. Fuck Tetris long piece.
Which would you put it in the front or the back?
I like to keep my privacy when it comes to.
Okay, no, you're right. I crossed the line a little bit there.
Yeah. Let's go. Fuck the Tetris long piece. I'm gonna marry Super Mario and kill Sonic.
Okay, and if I said Super Mario, Tetris long piece, and Angie, same results pretty much?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, just making sure. And Justin's back. He says, turn your mic up, Hot Dog. I boosted you up on the board a little bit, so hopefully.
Thank you.
Hopefully that did the trick. Douglas Bouchong, Captain Lou Albano will always be my Mario. Same. By the way, they did a little Easter egg. Did you ever watch the Mario Brothers TV show, Hot Dog?
Didn't even know there was one.
Right. Well, the Super Mario rap that's in the Super Mario Brothers TV show is the song they used in the commercial in the movie. It's cute. Pinky Schultz has one for Hot Dog. F, marry, kill, Trump, DeSantis, Ted Cruz. F, marry, kill, Trump, DeSantis, and Ted Cruz, Hot Dog.
We're gonna go. I won't marry Ted Cruz just because he would not have my back in anything.
Oh, I got you. Because a lot of times when people call someone's spouse ugly, the person will go like, well, we're not cool anymore. But in the case of Ted Cruz, he's like, I can look past that.
He'll go, we're totally cool.
Yeah,
no worries.
All right, so okay, so his loyalty.
So he's not marrying, so that means I think I am going to kill him.
Okay.
Marry DeSantis. Fuck Trump for the NBA and whatever cash settlement I might get.
Ooh, I love that. See, I thought you were going to marry Trump because you'll split the assets, but you can marry DeSantis, split his assets, and still get the NDA money, the campaign funds you can get if you F Trump.
Yeah.
That's
so they call me the brain.
That's pretty smart. Nobody calls you that. That's pretty smart. Lord Zod, this says, money for the hot doge, so he doesn't have to do unspeakable things on the road to get home next time. That's good.
Thank you.
He actually did do unspeakable things after we left LA.
Yeah, I would rather not speak about it.
Yeah. Sal says, Sammy, have you seen Ben Affleck's Spanish interview for Air? 10 out of his 15 words in Spanish were Michael Jordan.
I believe that.
Michael Jordan, zapatos de Michael Jordan, muy bien de basketball, Michael Jordan.
Oh, sí,
es verdad, de Michael Jordan. Notsam Miguel, Ant and Hot Dog thrown out of comedy clubs on the same week, LOL. Yeah.
West Coast and East Coast represent.
Right? And by the way, for basically the same reason. So that's interesting.
Wow.
JD Straight Shot, Hot Dog, you're the man. Never turn your Twitter comments off like J and S. I'm assuming that means Jim and Sam are the Are the Twitter comments turned off on Jim and Sam?
I don't think they are.
I don't know. I mean, I don't leave. It'd be weird if I was leaving comments on it, but I mean, I see comments on posts, so I don't know, bro. Maybe you're just blocked. Either Travis or Montone blocked you, dude.
Montone.
Maybe you were being an a-hole.
It's JD. I could see that.
You think so?
Yeah.
He said you're the man.
Oh, never mind. Take that back. I love you, JD.
Justin's back. Primus for Fyre Fest 23. Primus would be good. You'd be playing Winona's Big Brown Beaver for everybody at Fyre Fest 2. Mrs. Blayleen. Ooh, this is very... yeah, by the way, Miguel, if anybody has banned somebody from comments, I would imagine it would have to be Notsam Miguel. Notsam Miguel is like the most loyal, but like horrifically toxic fan that anyone could ever have.
Just shit stir.
Like,
he's...
I look at some of the stuff he does. I go, why? I know you're a fan. Why? And he's like, it's funny, man. It's funny. Like, yeah, it is funny. Who would hot dog rather, Dylan Mulvaney or Sam's brother? Come on, dude.
I met Sam's brother at Notsam Mania.
Sparks? Sparks?
Yeah. Yeah.
Were there sparks?
Oh, Sparks. Sparks in a friendly way, you know?
Yeah, what I did was, and this is what we did at the Comedy Store, and I didn't even know if hot dog picked up on it, but it was in a room, and I just put hot dog in the middle, and I had my brother and Kathy Kelly on each side, just to kind of see which way hot dog leaned.
Like an actual dog.
Right, just to see which way he went. And I didn't see this coming. Somehow, Kathy Kelly and my brother just ended up leaving together. I don't know. I mean, there was such a repulsion that it went past anything else, and it was like, well, now we're bonded, and they split. So,
but she left my roses in the back with a tracker on it.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to find out where she lives. By the way, speaking of the Comedy Store, hot dog, any news on when we can expect to have the edit completed for the Comedy Store? We did Not Samomania at the Comedy Store over WrestleMania week. The full video will be coming, or at least as much as we feel like uploading, will be coming to the Not Sam Wrestling YouTube channel. You can subscribe at Not Sam Wrestling on YouTube. But how are we looking on the edit on that?
The edit is done.
Yeah.
The edit was done a while ago.
Nice.
It just turns out that exporting 6K raw footage, 2 hours worth, 3 cameras,
right.
It takes a long time. So we're going to leave it cooking over the weekend.
You're basically... Hot Dog is exporting this video like most people go Bitcoin mining.
Yeah, so right after this show, I'm done with the computer for the week. I'm going to set it and forget it. And then, for the weekend.
Yeah, you're going to turn the AC up and let the computer heat the room, and it's going to be perfect. Drew says, any thoughts on the restock of the Air Jordan 1 Lost and Found? I love it. I think it's great. I don't get upset over restocks. The more chances people have to get them, the better. If I end up spending more money than I should on a shoe, that's on me. I would suggest everybody try to go grab a pair. I'm going to try to get myself another pair. So
set me in the right direction. I'll grab a pair.
For you or for me?
For me.
All right, you find it yourself then. No. I appreciate everybody for hanging out. Whether it was live, whether it was part of the replay stream, whether it was throughout the week. We have clips going up all the time, all over the place. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Tell all your friends about it, although we don't have any friends because we're lonely, and we'll be lonely here again next week. You got 5 styluses. You might as well use them. I'm going to cheers with you later.